Hey Gearheads, welcome back to Gearheads Garage. Update May 9th, 2015. Today I'm going to shoot y'all a couple updates on the Squirter project. I got the pan for it right here, and you'll see there's something interesting in there to see. And also a few updates on the truck. I just wanted to get y'all something so you had a current status of what's going on while I'm getting ready for the Hot Rod Power Tour. I'm cramming for that Power Tour right now, so I have the truck ready and comfortable since I have my daughter with me. And so I'm just knocking out a few things and trying to learn how to paint this hood, which has not been fun. So let's get started. So where I'm going to start first is talking about when my buddy Clint Shipley stopped by on his way up to Tennessee. He's moving from Mississippi up to Tennessee, and he's been a buddy I've been communicating with on our Facebook group page, AGearHead4Life, all spaced out, separate words. And Clint's familiar with a lot of LS performance. And so he comes up here and we're sitting here talking. I'm talking about how I've had the itch for a larger cam in the truck, which the people, if you're on that group page, you've seen me talking about and trying to consider what cam I want to step up to. With my truck, you know, I want to keep it a mild build. I use it as a work truck. I use it as a daily driver. But I want to be able to tow my Camaro as well. Someone driving by sounded like they were having fun. So I've been trying to keep my truck mild. That's why I got the 220 cam in it and why I don't have a stall in it. But lately I've been realizing it's a little too mild for me. So probably going to step up and put a stall in it. Probably a 3600 stall. And while Clint was here, we were talking about cams and what cam I was considering. You know, thinking of a 224R from Texas Speed, or maybe he was considering a 228, which I was thinking that was larger than I might want to do for a daily. But I'd consider it, right? Somehow we got on the subject of conversation that the cam that's in the Squirter is pretty dang close to the same thing as a 228. The cam in the Squirter was a 228, 230 duration, 585 lift, and a 112 LSA. Which, if you heard the beginning of this video, that is the Squirter idling. And pretty much all of my videos, that car you hear loping in the beginning of the videos, that's the Squirter. So it would definitely give the truck a beautiful sound if we got that in there. So we got to talking. I'm like, well, I don't even know if that cam's good in the Squirter. You know, I killed the Squirter, ran it low on oil, probably jacked up everything inside there. He was pushing, motivating. He's like, the only way to find out, pull it out. He got me all hyped up before he left my house to continue on to Tennessee. So I rolled over there and started pulling the accessories off the front of the Squirter, you know, because I was building the turbo hot side pipe, right? So I took the manifolds off, all the accessories. It wasn't too much work to get to the cam. One interesting thing I ran into, though, pulling the cam out of the front of it, was that a cam bearing had fallen out of the block. So I had to get it over all the lobes. You know, it came off about the halfway point, the second lobe, and had to get it off all the rest of the lobes. That was interesting and not a very positive sign for the condition of the cam. But once I got the cam out and looked at it, it didn't look that bad. I got a picture of it here. Okay, it didn't look that bad. So I measured it, I mic'd it. That one lobe where it looked like the cam bearing had spun, it was only 1/1000th smaller than the rest of them. I think that's doable. I can still use that. I took it down to the machine shop and had it polished out. Here, I'll show it to you right here. Check it out. That's it now after being polished. So once I got the cam out of the Squirter, saw it was good to go, that was pretty exciting. You know, I'm probably going to put that in the truck. And once I do put that in the truck, I'll need bigger injectors because I'm already maxing out those 25-pound stock truck injectors now that I have in there. And since I'll be putting the LS1 42-pound injectors that I had in the Squirter, I'll put those in the truck. I also had to make some spacers. Here's pretty much the kit I have. Got the white top 42-pound injectors. Made some little half-inch spacers out of aluminum. My buddy Greg Aiken showed me that aluminum trick, but I've seen some use plastic. Just a little spacer to space up the fuel rail so that it can fit the taller LS1 style injectors. And of course the plugs, I'll have to solder those onto the harness. But that'll get my fuel right for the truck, cam in there, and it should give it a little more pep as well. Okay, so I had the cam out of the Squirter in the Camaro. Let me give you a shot of what the bay looks like. It's pretty empty right now. So this is it. The Camaro's engine bay is naked, empty. my hack job on the cross member down there. Wound up cutting too much out at first. Had to put a little bit back in it. The motor mounts. It was mounted originally with only 3 bolts, so I went back lazy and didn't put a 4th bolt in. It did fine so far. I just moved the brake lines earlier when I had the motor out because they were behind the motor mounts. I think I'm going to move them up in between them. Should be fine. Yeah, Rat decided to move in here while I had the car sitting here for about a year now. I got this cover off because I'm going to go ahead and replace that with the Astrovan style shaft. But the bay is empty. I'm going to take the AC off, put a heater box on there. I'll probably put a block off for now until I find a heater box. Yeah, so once we had the cam out, I decided there wasn't much left besides the transmission. We go ahead and pull the transmission out. We could take the squirter out of here. So the squirter's out. And the squirter is out and it's sitting here on my stand waiting for me to open it up. What I've done, of course, the front cover's off from when I took the cam out. Timing chain's off. The valve covers are off and the oil pan's off so that I can put them on the 6.0 and get ready to run it. But also what you'll notice is I'm missing my rockers and springs, keepers. That happened while the engine was still in the car. I had to take these springs and keepers off to put them on the 6.0. I needed them for the 6.0. They're expensive and I didn't want to have to buy more, so I took them off here. But I've got a plan here. I've got an interesting plan. What I'm thinking about doing with the squirter is taking it to John Bouchard from Power Nation. He did the engine building on Power Nation. Taking it up to his shop. He's got an engine performance shop up in Tennessee, and see if he will do a tear down and you know, narrate, diagnose, autopsy the engine. Shoot, tongue tied. Get him to autopsy the engine for us. I think that'd make a cool video, and I like to make a trip to go up there and see him anyways. He's not too far from me. Something else I'm considering to get on the truck before the power tour is a nitrous kit. I found this on some engine I had picked up a while back, and I'm thinking about drilling and tapping it for a nitrous nozzle. Either that or just put it in the intake tube. I don't know, we'll see as I start plumbing it. But I do have a nitrous kit. I've had it sitting in the corner for like 10 years, not used. And since my buddy Brian is coming on the power tour trip with his C10 5.3 swap, he likes to keep the juice a little happy button on his truck. I probably need to go ahead and put it on mine so he don't make me look like a fool. I am working on the hood for the truck. I started sanding on it, but I haven't been very motivated. You know, I get distracted with mechanical jobs and leave the hood behind, but I need to get this hood painted before the power tour, and we're 3 weeks away from power tour, so I better get in gear. But that's about all I've got sanded so far. Maybe this evening I'll get some more done. And this is proof that it's the small things in life that mean so much. The whole time I've had this truck, I've never had a dome light. I've got a dome light now. You wouldn't believe how much that makes me happy. I'm getting sick and tired of being in here at nighttime, not being able to see anything, have to go down to the floor light to see anything. But I've had to cover off and been meaning to get a light. I guess like most, it was melted in there. The base, I guess from the bulb getting hot, had melted. But my buddy, what's his name, Dwayne, came by with some LED bulb in his. That didn't generate as much heat. I figured I'd go ahead and copy that. Threw me an LED bulb in there, put the cover back on, and I've got a dome light. That makes a big difference, man. Makes me happy. Since the last video on the truck, I've made this radiator fan upper support. Excuse me, radiator upper support. And I was actually able to mount my radiator fans to it as well. This was not my idea. This was Greg Aiken's idea. He's got a YouTube channel and he's building a C10 with a Supercharged 5.3. I'll put a link to his videos in here in the description. Also, he'll probably be commenting below this video. But I saw him make this. It came out looking clean. Cleaned up the bay a lot. Much better way of mounting the fans compared to what I had before, which was ugly. But it was much better than the zip ties I had on it before that. But this was made out of a piece of 3-inch square tubing. Basically almost cut it in half. You know, you make the side longer if you want it, and then just weld some tabs on it. You know, rubbers up inside there, trimmed them a little bit to fit, but it cleans up the bay a lot. Plenty of room for a AGearHead4Life sticker to go across there as well. Yeah. So today I'll be working on this. See, my fans are working, but when I had to trim the shroud to make them fit this truck, I had to trim all 4 corners and left this big opening here. So the fan's going to suck from the point of least resistance mostly, and that's it right there. So I'm going to make something to close that up. before I can start making anything there, I need to secure the bottom. The bottom needs to be secured. But right now I'm looking at filling it with some plastic, maybe fiberglass over it. Cut it to fit. I'm not sure. I gotta come up with something though, so I can get good airflow through there. My AC won't work well if I can't get airflow over it. And it's on both sides. Not as bad over here. Also, this fan's not wired up. I have the low and the high speed wired up on that fan, and it pushes crazy air. But I need to go ahead and wire up this fan today as well. So today's list, what I'll be knocking out this weekend. Saturday's my day to be getting stuff done. I'll be wiring in this fan, closing off the ends here, and that's priority today. Mounting the bottom of it, finding a way to mount the bottom. Man, how did I almost forget? I need to show y'all the Camaro, the Squirter's F-body oil pan and what was in it. And we drained that oil. It was chunky and lumpy. We've got a like a metal paste slime on everything. It's pretty nasty. Now I need a napkin. All right. Look inside the pickup tube. I don't know if that'll focus in there. Hopefully it will. Got some slivers of probably bearing in there, some metal in there. Bottom of the pan, nasty. Yeah, so we ate up something pretty good. Hey, let me show you the bottom of the bottom of the Squirter. I'm not going to open it up today to check out anything, but I did come in here and try to wiggle some rods. These seem pretty tight, but check out these front ones. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Those two, this one here, that was not moving. I mean, it's 3 of them. We killed 3 bearings here. No wonder it ran like crap. Poor Squirter. Alright, y'all keep an eye out for the video. In the future, we'll be tearing this down and figuring out what we're going to do. We are stocked up on the AGearHead4Life T-shirts. If you need one, black or gray, let me know. I'll put the order info in the video description here. And PayPal, it seems to be the best method. Gray or black, make sure you annotate and to leave your address and the payment info. Alright, to wrap things up, like I said, we got about 3 weeks until Hot Rod Power Tour. I will be long hauling it. It's 7 cities in 7 days. Couple thousand cars. It's like a mobile car show, man. It's awesome. So if it's coming through your area, I'll put a link in the description about the Hot Rod Power Tour in case you're not familiar with it or you want to see what cities it's stopping in. But it's a pretty cool event. Y'all should check it out. While I'm on this Hot Rod Power Tour, I plan on trying to use that application called Glimpse. I'll put information to that in the video description, but it's the app that roadkill guys use while they're traveling. It allows people who are watching to see what's going on, to see what town, if the roadkill guys were passing near them, then they can meet up with them. So I'm gonna try to use that app, see if I come near any of y'all. Maybe we can meet up, talk shop, show me your project, see what we got going on. Also, at the Hot Rod Power Tour events, I'll have a canopy set up with 2 AGearHead4Life banners going down the side. I'll have shirts stocked up with me, and I look forward to run into some of y'all. I know I've talked to some of y'all on Facebook, and some of y'all are going to be there. So I think it'll be a pretty cool event. I look forward to meeting you. That's it. That's all I have for you today. Y'all have a great weekend. Be productive and keep on wrenching.